Hello, Northern Penguin Games here, Centurion, playing some more Eternal, running some Gauntlet. This is a list I found in Eternal Warcry called Endra Burn. I modified it here, though changed the market a little bit. Also swapped out a couple of cards. I'll put more details in the comments, but here's the list. Let's just get started. None shall pass. His hand seems fine, assuming my Whispering Wind lives. I'll be able to draw some cards off of it. We'll try it. My big decision right off the bat here is whether I want to play my Granite Waystone for no value just to get this in play, or my Cyclix with no value to get this in play. Well, drawing a land there means I think I definitely do have to play one. I think I have to use a Cyclix here. No. There goes my plans for that, but luckily we do have some more card draw as long as they don't play any too worrisome threats. I think we could do strategize here, so first I'll just check what my top card is. We are definitely going to have the power to play this soon, and they're not pressuring us enough so much right now that I think we probably can keep this on top, so I think I will. And yeah, I will strategize even though I am going to keep that card, so there we are. I think we can get rid of the fire symbol. We should have enough fire to do everything we need, so we don't need the double influence. Sure. Well, those are a couple good jack targets, even without the double damage. And with the Cyclix giving us the charge trove, it's the perfect card to discard, because likely we'll be able to get it back by damaging the player at some point here, if we want to permafrost this or the next threat that they play. And then hopefully just drop a Skywinder for the draw 2. Other option would be to play Wisdom of the Elders along with the permafrost. Let's play that for the value. So I know they have some big threats, so this is my only piece of removal I have right now. Maybe I'll draw first and see what I get. So I can basically cash this in for just a blue power, blue sigil. Or if I wait and play the smuggler, I can use it on that, get the blue power, and get something from my market. I am anticipating some big threats coming down from the opponent here in the next couple of turns. Or possible threats. I don't remember exactly what's in their deck, but Kenna's good, but not great immediately right now. Is it worth the delay in tempo? I think I will just go with my gut here and just get in to get the treasure trove. Keep this to trade, keep them both to trade. Either to the smuggler or to something else. I'm going to go ahead and attack first, see if the opponent has anything. They don't. So now I'm just going to keep drawing while also applying some more pressure. I could also do the etchings here, so I think I will do that. Power is valuable with our Jex, but we have another one in hand. However, it seems unlikely that we're going to use all of these treasure troves, so I'm going to go ahead and trade in a treasure trove. I think I'm going to get my sight now. Gives me some removal flexibility along with grabbing whatever card I want. It seems like the best option right now, just to have up our sleeve. Yeah, see, since we're already full, that's why I'm going to ditch these treasure troves as well, since we don't really need any more cards at this point. I'm going to save this for a big threat. I think I'll offer up my Skywinder and trade here, which the computer will accept, and then I can use Endra to just clean it up. My Grenadin is pretty much worthless, so I will see. I think they have Harsh Rule in None Shall Pass, so it might be best just to hold off with and just play with what I have. These are both threats in themselves. Draw first. I could play my Omens. I think maybe I'll wait a turn on that. I haven't played a land yet. I guess I could. I need to play cards we're going to have to discard. So I will play my Omens because Harsh Rule, it survives and it'll keep going. I'm going to grab... What do I want here? I suppose a mirror image is going to be a pretty good addition to our hand. And then I'm going to just play the Grenadin as to block the Scribe. I still want to hold off, I think, just in case a threat comes down, so I'm just going to meld attachment and not do anything. And then attack with these two, working more towards the ultimate. I'm going to draw a couple cards here just to get these out of my hand. Oh, extra removal. So really the only fear right now is the Harsh Rule. I'm going to wait one more turn, I think. Okay. Yeah, it might as well, even though it has an Aegis. It's fine. One of the things I like to do against the AI is turn to seed any Aegis units so that they won't require 2 cards in the future. Just take care of that problem. The card is broken. It's going to hit Mastery this turn. We can... I think we can just attack with everything. Other than the Grenadin, keep that back because they're not going to block with it. I'll just clean up the seed so it doesn't become a problem. I think you also can't jump with it later. I'll draw and see what I get here, see if I get some more action. I'm going to keep the 1 sigil. Actually, I really don't need the insignia, so I'll just spin that. We have 6 damage in hand. That's actually potentially 8 damage in hand. With Endra, that should be, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that should be enough. So, won't need this then. We won't need any of these, but, so that gives us the extra damage. Now I'll do an Endra to the face. Bolt, bolt. On to the next one. Let's see. This is all power. We do have a seer for the first stranger threat. What we're really looking for is a merchant here because we probably will need some removal. Maybe the board wipe would be nice if they just vomit strangers. What's nice is that we will be able to get Cyclixes with these, however you say it. I'm probably mangling it, but that'll let us draw an extra card. I am going to keep it just because you just never know what you're going to get with only one extra draw in Gauntlet. And we'll see if it pays off. Them not having a 1-drop is massive, with me also not having any drops until turn 3, and then probably just wisdoming. Okay, that's also not bad. I could keep this up, or even go for that. Go for the hailstorm right now, but I think I'd rather just draw. I could take 2 or 3, even if they play a lowered inflate, and I can burn it in the next turn. I'm going to wait just in case I do want to sear something, but I probably won't. I'm probably just going to wisdom just to maximize my power usage. Yeah, we don't care about that at all. That's fine. Take a little bit of damage here to... That's nice to have too. We can get rid of their next threat. Oh, there we go. So we have plenty of answers at this exact moment. I think we can take 4 if we just get 2 Cyclixes. It is saving a bunch of damage if we keep this up and they play the Lord. Whichever stranger that is, I forget the name. That gives them +1/+1. And I guess we only need to use these once a turn. Yeah. Yeah, we have 5 minutes. Okay. I'm just going to keep this up. So with this many of the little strangers, we are going to get the hailstorm, which means I will take 4 here as well. Just save those for a rainy day. So I think we're definitely going to be doing that. We'll play the smuggler. But, yeah, we'll get rid of the Troge that we just got for free, which is a free card, which is nice. And get the hailstorm. This way we can keep Seer up again. And also hailstorm for next turn. There we go, battle tested stranger. That is the one we fear the most, and so we can save a bunch of damage here by just clearing it right now. And the question is, do we want to get in for 2 on the crackback, or just save 2 before we do hailstorm? Because we have removal for the next several, probably strangers, probably the next 2 strangers. So, and they're out of power, so I am going to block and then just hailstorm. Another option would be to take 4 here and try to get, but if they have another battle-tested stranger, we would take a lot. So I think we're just going to Hailstorm. Oops. Almost a mistake there. Hailstorm just to get rid of the strangers. That way any lord is not as big of a deal. And we'll play Whispering Wind so that we can cash in, well, probably the... Oh, did I grab the wrong card the other time? Oh, we haven't actually done that yet. So yeah, we can cash in either of these, but we can't play anything on 1 mana, so I'll just play the depleted now. And then we can cash in either the treasure trove that we get next turn, or just this insignia. There we go, that's a threat. That thing's quite dangerous. I'm pretty happy just never see that again. Yeah, if we do this, did we play land? I don't think we did, so we can do that now. First of all, we could just trade it. I don't think we need any more power, so I'm happy to trade that in. Good. That's a nice upgrade right there. And then with this in play, any card we draw is pretty good, so I'm going to do that. Another torch is great. That should give us any extra reach we need for any of the strangers. Like that. This is going to draw 2, and but if we cash it in, it's going to be any of our 3-drops, which I think we want any of our 3-drops, which might just be better than 2 unknown cards. One unknown cards, because I think we want all of these right now as well. The seed is still tiny. Let's just do 1. I guess I'll use this. Okay. So I'm happy to have this. We're going to get rid of the power here, but that means we also don't want... I don't think we want to turn any of these in because we want all of these. So I'm just going to skip and just get it for the damage. A torch. Now we're getting to the point where we probably don't want a torch, so I'll go ahead and trade that in. Maybe we'll get a jack. We just traded in for 2 cards. It's pretty good. I am going to do it now to see if there's something we want to play this turn, since I don't think Stranger says exactly. We don't have anything we want to discard, or anything we want to trade in. We could trade in the Seer. We could just see what we draw as well. I usually am patient in Gauntlet, maybe more than you should be, but so it's a little slower, but I think it gets better results in the long run. So here I am going to discard a Seer. I don't think we need the second one. I'm going to do it now. Kill the seed. Also get the treasure trove. Trade in the treasure trove for one of our 3 or 4 or 5 drops. There we go. We got a Helio. Which is pretty strong. Draw 4. Jeez, that's going to end the game. We were already in pretty commanding position. So it's pretty apparent they don't have... Oh yeah, but that just finished it. I say it's pretty apparent they don't have much else, so I feel safe doing that. I'm going to skip though. Turn to seeds. It was a great draw. What is that going to deal next turn? It's going to deal 3, 4, 5. Almost lethal with the smuggler, so I am going to play that just to get it out of our hand. I think I'll just take the copy effect, even though we won't need it. They're almost dead on board. I'm just gonna. I really just I don't think we can lose here, but I'm just gonna swing with everybody. Sure, trade that in. And just shoot him in the face. Okay. That's 2 down. Hopefully we can get a couple easy ones here. I like those. Makes the run go smooth. Oh, and this is a tough hand. We don't have enough red influence. Also only 2 power with no other sources or anything. I think we definitely have to redraw here. And then you never know what you're going to get, and this is a terrible hand. So this could end a run pretty quick. We'll see what happens, but sometimes Heart of the Vault. Oh, there we go. That helps a lot to draw. Blue influence as a strategist might help us get there. That was not ideal. I will strategize right away here though, because we're not going to need it. Okay, let's get rid of one of those since we drew all 4 of our fire symbols. This is that same choice that we have to make. I mean, Heart of the Vault often has bolts to use on things like this, so that would really set us back if we just play that and just get it bolted tempo-wise. So I think I'm happy with just, I will just cast it now to save time. Good, that's value. But now we definitely are looking to trade some of these in, but unfortunately, like I said, I don't think the Whispering Wind is going to die. Is going to live, but we'll play it now, since we have no... And then maybe play the Helio. Actually, let's play this to give us extra Helio value when we do that. And we'll just play this in. Let it get bolted or whatever, and there's nothing we can do. Purified, sure. Now our Helio is good value. Draw 2 here, and if they use another bolt on it, which they're likely to, let's just sets us up for a later game. Okay. I do want to get rid of that. Other threats they have, of course, is the Heart of the Vault. Very powerful card that we're interested in turn to seeding since we have 2 of them. I am happy to get rid of that so they don't have warp on their power cards. That's card advantage that I prefer them not to have. And then I'll just draw. More card draw. So I don't really have any big... Okay, it's fine. We have plenty of answers for that. I'll just go ahead and use a bolt on that. We'll Endra as well. Should leave us enough then to Wisdom. We could trade in. Could play the Smuggler. Oh, then we played that out of order then. If we had played the... Oh no, no, we couldn't. We needed this to get the extra power. This Shavka's song gave us the extra power to play both, so we had to do it in this order, unfortunately, or else we could have pinged the Little Seed, but we have plenty of ways to deal with the Little Seed for now, so it's fine, I guess. And maybe we'll draw more. The question is, do we? I think we do. We don't really want any more influence or power, so we'll trade this in. Kenna could be quite good here. Get something back from the void. Especially we have 3 attackers right now. There's no blockers, and if they play something big next turn, Yeah, we could stun it and play a Kenna. So I am going to take that, even though I do think Garden could give us a lot of value. But we've got, yeah, I'm going to take Kenna here. It's a tough call, though. Perfect. Extra seed. Still, we have plenty of time for that. So, what I think we'll do here is play the Kenna. Volt the Mage. And I am going to just use the... It's kind of a waste. But we're saving our Seer then for other threats. So I'm fine with it. And we do have some copying. Some cards that we can get that can reuse this later anyway. So yeah, and I think that was a good choice because now we get another attack here which should activate. Kenna's ultimate. Card filtering. I think we just want to turn to seed because really then any threats that they play we can just handle. And I'll just draw to see what I get here first. I guess we can use this as a debate in my head. Yeah, we don't want another power. I'll play that and we'll plan on turning in the insignia next turn. Several pieces of removal held up. This game seems in hand. There we go. That's one of the threats that we want to get rid of. They don't even have the power for it. I am going to use the permafrost here just because I can, and we've got so much advantage. We maybe could have added up if we could finish them. Actually, they're already dead. So never mind. It's good to plan, but I was pretty sure that the game was in hand there. Playing Hellfire. We only have 2 power, but we are able to dig for some. They play first, so we get the extra draw as well, and we have cheap early removal. I am going to keep this, I think, against Hellfire. I hope I don't regret it, because we are going to have to find power in order to win. Alright, we did draw power. It's depleted, which is... okay, that's good. So, it looks like, I think maybe we're going to get there for power. It's just a matter of whether we can survive the onslaught. But if we wanted to next turn, we could play 2... yeah. I think we will, too, because... oh... well... actually, Endra can take care of that on turn 3. So I'm just going to bolt that one since I can. Save that for a bigger threat. Endra that next turn. Every damage is valuable against these decks. There we go, that's a perfect permafrost target. So I think we'll do that instead. Kind of change the plans here. But maybe instead we can Jack instead, depending on what they play. And I guess that still works fine. So yeah, that's a big threat. So I think permafrost is just as good as permanent removal against this deck, so it's fine. There we go. So Jack is the play here. Jack's power showing and why it's so good against Gauntlet. If we can draw a card here, we'll be really set. Which is a good chance that we will with... Oh, yeah, forget... Well, that's fine. If they're spending their turn Death Striking Jack, we just 3-for-1 them. It's excellent. There, that's a free card. I think I will play Endra. So we can start working towards our ultimate, even though that ping is likely worth removal. And they had a suffocate, that's fine. Maybe they have another suffocate? Oh, okay. So... yeah, we can kill that with both. Actually, yeah, we can do it with 2 Endras, and they're out of removal. So let's do that. Just gonna ace base for a while. Hopefully we can cash this Grenadin in. They would probably kill an Endra here next turn instead, so this could give us... Okay, that's a problem. Let's try to draw an answer. That is not. But this sets us up. I am going to draw, see what we get here. I don't think anything we get we would want to play necessarily. Okay, so I can do both of these. What would I rather do now? It really doesn't matter. I guess I'll take the treasure trove right off the bat here. Okay, that's fine. It's fine too. If this ever gets to the ultimate, we can kill the Groundbreaker, or perhaps just go for the win. How much are we doing here? 4? Yeah, I mean, if we ever get ahead, they can sit back and block, and we would need to have an answer then. So at this point, an Endra actually does more damage than the Seer, so I am just going to play the Seer. Though we would get an Endra in play, but we might need the extra damage, so... And I'll play that just to get the Granted in so I don't forget. And I'll draw 2 just to save time. Okay, with these 2 combined, then it's almost... that's any threat. Yeah, so I am going to play this now. Just to get our Endra on the board. Because we should be able to deal with anything they play. And this gives us an extra attacker around removal. Yeah, we don't care about that card at all. I'll trade this in rather than get the smuggler. And they're just dead then. Okay, a little dicey at the beginning, but obviously we got lucky with our power draws, and our cards are a little stronger, so we're able to pull through. Once again, not enough power. We'll see. This is better, especially because we have the red that we need. But we would like to see another blue at some point. Do we want the Granite Waystone? I don't think we do. 4th power doesn't do anything for us. Especially if it not being blue. So I'm going to send that to the bottom. We probably will need to kill that before they get something online that needs the life gain. Which could be as soon as next turn. But it'd be nice to just play our depleted power as well. I think I will risk it. Okay, we got away with that one there. Sometimes they play them out of order, though they had to play their power before they play their guy. But so now this thing is a threat that we need to get rid of. Yeah, you can make an argument to either one being the threat that we need to get rid of. I like to get rid of the enabler first, though. We'll see if that pays off this time. As long as they don't have life gain, we can take 1 damage all day. There's another blue. Might as well play the Skycrag. They probably have some removal. I think I'm just gonna sit for a minute. This card doesn't really do anything against Slasher anyway. Now that card is a turn to seed target. We just don't want that in the deck because it just boosts everything they have. It's similar to the enabler. They didn't have the life gain to go with it, but yeah. I'm gonna play another power here. If we get to 6, then we can play both of these, and then it's harder for them to get rid of them. Same with the Smuggler. Okay, now these things could turn into a threat. Nice. Okay, so that was pretty great. Pretty good draw. Drawing an undepleted power there. You can nug that. Duplicate it. And nug the one that's been on longer on the board there. And yes, I will play the Merchant. I feel like Kenna would be good here, but so would Garden. They only have 5 power though, so I don't know if we want to necessarily give them an extra power with the Ice Bolt. Both are pretty powerful here. Do they have any attachments we want? What would we draw? We would draw another mirror image. Probably. We have attackers. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Kenna. She also works well with the mirror image if that ever comes up. It's suspicious. I guess we can just, if they have an ambush, I don't remember necessarily every card in these decks, but something seems suspicious here. We could draw first. And then if they play something, we could Kenna it. But we don't really have anything. Strategize is not great here because we want both these cards, so we don't necessarily have anything that we want to bottom. Which is when Strategize is at its weakest. Let's just attack and see what's up. Or they have nothing. And that's fine too. Oh, we actually don't have enough blue influence that I wasn't even paying attention. Well. So now it looks silly. This card's worthless. I'm sure you all at home are saying, why didn't you take the Garden? Good point. I am going to put the Strategize on the bottom. Out of pride. We can get there, baby. We'll see. There we go. Look at that, it pays off. Let's see, what's the threat here? So we can bolt this slasher no matter how big he gets. But this, so I think I'm fine killing that, and they'll block with this eventually. The computer does at some point. They're programmed to start chump blocking. I don't know what exactly the trigger is, or of course we can just bolt it, but I'm gonna wait. We have to do it next turn though, one way or another. We can play a Shavka song from our graveyard probably. If they don't block, let's see what happens. Yeah, playing the song. Playing the image does the song as well. The mirror image. Maybe they'd just been dead if I would have just done it the other way. I think they still are, because we can still do it. We have 15 power. Yep. Right now this deck is really performing well. Just chewing through these opponents. This might be a good 2-3 run in a row deck. So this hand is very slow, but it has all the influence we need. I do have one piece of removal. I'm going to try it. This is the Revenge deck. Permafrost is strong against them. But I would definitely like to see some turn deceits before the end of this match, because that's one of the best things against the Revenge. Second Permafrost is good. It should allow us to get to the later stages of the game at least. This guy is not really a threat. Next turn we can play Endra. I mean, he's going to get the permanent power attack increase, which is unfortunate, but it's fine. And I'm happy to permafrost that, because that's not a target I really want to turn to seed. But they'll probably get a Warcry trigger here to keep those to a minimum, but especially in a Revenge deck. Oh, I forgot we get the power from that. That's right, so that's perfect. Endra is even better. I don't think we have anything there. No, we don't have any way to get any cards back. Anyway. Just spells. Okay. Steward of the Past. It's fine. It's not a huge threat. We could probably just sit back, let them attack, and then start getting in with our Endra. Just trade. So I think I'll do that. I think I'll draw my blue, since we're nowhere near the 4 influence needed to get both. Play that, and then just draw 2 here and let them attack. And hopefully we can deal with whatever they play next, and then we can get in with Endra and start working towards her mastery. The second one is more of a problem. Oh, see, there's a good answer for it. But the only reason I would even consider it is because there's 2 of them on the board here, so it's quite strong. I guess we do have other removal for other things that turn to seed would normally be good against. And we do have some more card draw here, though I'd like to get another blue infuence before we play that. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that so we can start getting in with Endra. If we're lucky, we can get her mastery up. That does hurt the mastery. There's a second one of those, which is nice. So at this point, it's looking like we should probably, I mean, we can eject down a lot of their threats. What even better would be a hailstorm here. I'm assuming that they're going to play a couple more. We know that one of these is going to be coming soon too, through Revenge. And that should be enough to hold off the Bailiff so they don't trigger Warcry. We'll see. But that way I can save my permafrost for future threats. Interesting. That means they have a trick. Yeah, I'm interested in seeing what the trick is. Because our Hailstorm is still good at 3. Oh, they were just willing to trade. The AI has been getting some beefed up logic. So I think that was a good aggressive play by them. What do they have? They might have that huge, that 8 casting cost 8/4 flyer, which is just embarrassingly dealt with by permafrost. Anything else we play is going to get killed by our own Hailstorm, and we just traded off Endra already, so I think this is a fine time to do it. If it doesn't grow anymore, we should be able to deal with any of those that come down with Jack in the future. Be nice to draw another blue, but we can just do this to cycle it essentially. I will do this on the off chance that we get a blue power, because there we go. And I will play that as well, because we can turn that in and play the Helio for 2. We want value rather than tempo, which is usually the correct play against Gauntlet, or I've found anyway. Let's trade in the treasure trove since we have enough cards, so we don't really need that. There we go, and we have more stuff we can turn in, more fodder. I'm going to save this for fodder. There's a harsh rule. It's okay. We got lots of value out of those cards before they got us. I will play the Endra here. I'm going to save the Jack though, I think. Do they have another harsh rule? It's possible. Also, we have enough cards that I'm going to play power just to get it out of our hand. I think I'll wait and see. 8 mana. Okay. That card's fine. A Slay. Okay. I think Jack is better here because we can. Should we do the double damage? So maybe Endra is better. So if they have another Slay, it'd be nice to have 2 of them out there. I'm fine with that. Also fine playing that. We have enough fodder here. Yep, it's fine. This is where Jack shines. But now they probably won't. Still don't know what that card is. A little irritating. It's probably just power. I'm just hoping it's power. I'm going to go for the double damage here. Just so it has it. Even if they have harsh rule, it's probably still fine. We have a lot of answers, so there's, yeah. It would be nice to get the card draw instead with Jack there. Now we're in top deck mode, even though we have a bunch of answers. So this will get a Cyclix, which is nice, a little bit of card draw. A little bit stronger than Scry, I believe. Not great draw. Okay, so they've played 2 harsh rules. I don't know how many this deck has. It can't have that many. They do have a lot of creatures, so I feel like it would be... I'm just going to keep everything. There's no way we need any more than 10 power. I'll just play this to block that guy. Varas gets us there. It's funny. That's okay. Should we try it again? We're at 15. I am gonna. So what did we learn last time? Don't get the Kenna. Actually, she's pretty strong. What spell would we want at this point? Unfortunately, we need a threat, not really a spell. And we have tons of removal. So I am going to take the Kenna because that is a threat. And I'm going to wait to try to get value. I'm hoping that they have removal. They'll use it on the smuggler here. Looks like they don't. I'll save my spell. This is synergy value coming from the Grenadin in this deck for Kenna. Nice little side effect of putting Kenna in here. She's worked out nicely out of the market. That's one of the changes I made from the original deck. Looks like we're going to get there. Still plenty of cards in hand. Okay, this is it. The big boss. Let's see what we get. No matter how good of a run you have, sometimes you can just come crashing down. It's the skilled. I think this is a decent matchup for us. A Hailstorm can be good unless they start getting Aegis on all of their unseen. And this is all depleted, so it's very slow. And the permafrost isn't great if they play their early endurance guys, but asking for a better hand is going to be tough. I guess I'll keep it. I might regret this, but let's see what we're drawing. That's undepleted. Also gives something to trade in, so I am going to keep that. I think mainly for the undepleted part. It's not a threat, but at this point we're still in just survive the onslaught, as usual with bosses and or any of the aggressive Gauntlet decks. I'm trying to save the undepleted for the smuggler, but we don't even need that yet since they haven't played anything. They have a very slow start. That's good for us. I'll get a Cyclix now. I'm happy just saying land go, power go. Okay. This card is a threat. It's very good in this deck. But at least they didn't have the champion before that. I don't think we're gonna... Oh, yeah, actually. Kenna is really good. I don't know if they have what kind of removal. I feel like this deck doesn't have a ton of removal, but she's obviously very good against this Aegis creature, so I don't need to use a permafrost on it in order to kill it later. And I can play her with the power I'll have next turn. There's a hero. The heroes I meant instead of champion. The hero is a huge threat. Especially if they play another Silverwing after this thing just gets out of control. I'm actually pretty happy just doing this and just never having to deal with that. And taking another hit from that. Waiting to play the Kenna just because of how big of a threat that hero is. I can do this and I can draw. Strategize is fine because I do probably have some cards I don't need, at least one power that I don't need. But No, that's fine. It gave the seed. That's funny, it lets it attack. Okay, so the Aegis is a problem, which is why I'm glad I have Kenna here. And now I'll get a Grenadin, which I can ship. See what I draw. We are going to have to take another hit here. Actually, I don't think we want this other power. Instead, we will keep the Grenadin around. Good news is that if they attack, then we can swing back and hopefully activate our Kenna. We have a turn to seed that we would get. Oh. If you're seeing that, but my frame rate's struggling here. Killer, which is unfortunate. They're going to kill our smuggler. This is a threat, of course, because it keeps getting random skills. So any of these, you can't really put permafrost on them. You can keep this back. Let's probably keep their team back, but actually they're doing enough damage here that they could swing in. And of course this seed is going to get very dangerous. I think I'm going to pop the Aegis on the seed. My frame rate's really struggling here. I think OBS is bringing my computer down. Let's see. But permafrost does work against the seed. The question is, do I think I just pop this one. We should still be good to block that with this, even though anytime they play an unseen, it's going to get bigger as well. I just don't want to risk permafrosting it. I could play this. I could have killed it, but if we get a Garden of Omens here, then we can maybe kill it as well. I'd like to save this for Jack, if possible too, rather than just play it right now. So I'm going to play this here with the garden. Draw Cyclix. Okay. The question is whether I permafrost this turn or wait for next turn. I think I'm going to wait. Okay. Yep. Deadly. That's pretty annoying. Do I want to trade that? What would I get back? I would get a turn to seed back probably to just help finish off some of these things that are bad threats. But this thing is just going to keep growing, so I think I will take the opportunity to just kill it. It's a fair trade for me. So one of the problems now, of course, is that this can start attacking. And I absolutely have to do that. I'm in a position now where I would probably double block this. Why don't I just see what I draw here before I play permafrost on one of these guys? Okay. No, I don't want to. What do I have for Shafkas? So the next one does 3. Actually does 4. So if I do power, I was thinking of copying permafrost and get rid of the Aegis. I think I'll just offer these up for trade. Or just take 4. I think next turn with Jack plus image, then I can kill that. It's going to hit me for 5 actually, fortunately. Maybe strategize away the treasure I trove I get. It's unfortunate. How many is that? 2? Oh, just 1. Okay. That is not a problem. So what are we going to discard? I guess we don't necessarily need the random card here, so I will discard this. Pop the Aegis. Draw a card. Duplicate Endra. Deal 3 there. Okay. Now I can attack. And draw. Okay. Now we're in good shape. I'm also fine now getting rid of that. Not a terribly strong effect, but it's just a good time to use my power efficiently. Reduces the cost of my spells. Okay, we're in good shape now. We have a lot of answers. There's a bunch of card draw. We're going to draw a mirror image. I think we're going to get there. My computer can make it. I'm not sure of how the stuttering's coming through on the recording, but 4, 5, 6. And we got there. Very powerful deck. A little slow, so it's not going to be terribly efficient. It's not going to get you a bunch of Gauntlet wins in a day. But I find it more fun just to have more answers and win, basically, rather than play a lot. So, anyway, that's the Endra Burn deck as revised by Centurion. This is Northern Penguin Games. Thanks for watching.